Hello, everybody. Today is a special day because today is one of my favorite members of the Beatles' birthday today, and it is John Lennon. Thank you. And today, if he was alive, he would have been 79 years old, around the same age as Ringo Starr, the drummer of the Beatles, or also known as his real name, Richard Starkey. But yes, today, what I'm gonna do today on his celebration birthday today, that I am going to be doing an album ranking it worst to best. Like I always say, it's least favorite to favorite because I actually listened to that. Well, I didn't listen to the album yet. I didn't listen to the album all the way through yet, but I listened all the way through this album all the way through 5 times, I believe. It's 6 times. No, 6 times actually. And yes, I really love this album. I really do. This is icon. This is Imagine album from John Lennon. And yes, this is the remaster. So I should have gotten the original vinyl, but they're pretty expensive online. But yeah, I gotta say about this album, I really love this album. I really do. And yeah, so this is dedicated to you, John Lennon. Thank you for making Thank you for making many songs in the albums that you release in your lifetime, in your solo career, and along with the Beatles. Thank you very much. And we will listen to your musics, and your music will live on. So yeah. I gotta tell you that I really love this album. I really love this album. This is probably the most recognized album John Lennon has made. I mean, not recognized, but not recognized, but this is like the most. This is the most out. This is the album that pretty much a lot of people would know this, the album of Imagine album. So I don't know. So yeah, starting off with my least favorite track on here, and it's the final track on this album, which is "Oh Yuko." Now, I love this album. Like I said, I love this album, but this album didn't really do much for me, and for me, it's a little too poppy. And I agree with John Lennon when he said about the song that he was embarrassed and shy to release this song as a single, and it made it to number 3, but instead it made it to number 2, or yeah, I believe that's what he's. No, wait, I actually got notes. Actually, sorry, but he actually said, "quote It's a popular track, but I was sort of shy and embarrassed, and it didn't sort of represent my image of myself as the tough, hard-biting rock and roller with the acid tongue. Everybody wanted to be a single. I mean, the record company, the public, everybody, but I just stopped it from being a single because of that, which probably kept it in number 2. It never made number 1. The Imagine album was number 1, but the single wasn't. So, and I agree. And by the way, I actually also agree with John Lennon saying that this song, "Oh Yuko," is a poppy song. The reason why I don't really like this song, it's not just because of the subject matter. Yuko Ono, that when he's writing this song to Yuko Ono, it's not the subject matter, but it's a little too poppy for me. Especially coming from a person who loves listening to rock and metal musics. And yeah, this album is not my favorite. And by the way, fun fact, you probably don't know this, but John Lennon played a harmonica. It's like he plays the harmonica in the Rocky Raccoon in the White album, in the first disc of the vinyl. And this is so I think he played the harmonica with "Oh Yuko," and I believe he played another harmonica in Rocky Raccoon. And just a little announcement that if you see me like rubbing my nose a bunch of times, that I'm a little sick because my little son got me sick, and I have like stuffy cough, but I'm feeling a little better. So yeah, I feel a lot. I'm feeling better, so don't worry about me. So yeah, number 10 for me is it's "Old Yuko," not my favorite track on here. Number 9 for me, number nine. Sorry, it's the Beatles jokes. This number 9 for me is "Oh My Love." This song is really no, it is actually. It's the slowest song on this album, and I really like this song. I really do. And yeah, we're getting into the really good songs that I really love. "Oh Yuko" is not my favorite track on the album. It's good, but it's a little too poppy for me. But yeah, "Oh My Love" is a really good song, and it's a really good lyrics from John Lennon, and good vocals by John Lennon too. And it's the slowest song on this album. And you probably don't know this, but "All My Love Song" was actually supposed to be released in the White Album, the Beatles album, but I believe because All My Love and the song "How" were influenced by his experience with primal therapy. If you probably don't know that. Okay, so the song "All My Love" is a really good slow song and really good vocals by John Lennon. Sorry. And this song was co-written by Yoko Ono. Now I know you guys and girls are gonna be like, "Oh God," because I know a lot of people don't like Yoko Ono, but you gotta give her credit. At least she stayed true to him until he passed away. Because think about it, without Yoko Ono in his final years of his life, he would have not. I don't even know how it would have been like for him if he didn't have Yoko Ono. Because I mean, sure, a lot of people do blame Yoko Ono for the breakup with the Beatles, but she is the cause. Like Paul McCartney said, she is the cause of the breakup. But she didn't break up in the Beatles, but she was the main cause. But yeah, remember that, people, because you guys and girls gotta remember this. John Lennon's mother Julia and his father, they both passed away, but when he was alive. So yeah, at least Yoko Ono kept him company for a while until his death. That's what I will give credit to Yoko Ono. At least she stayed with him until his death. And yeah, she's still alive, by the way. Yoko Ono, she's still alive. And wow, I'm so glad that most people stay alive for a lot too. I'm so praised and glad. Although, yeah, cause, but yeah, this song "All My Love" is actually a really good song and a really good slow song, especially because a lot of people would rank it. Because you may rank this number 10 on your list, but I rank this a little higher, mostly because this song, it has a little like acoustic guitar in it, and it's really slow, and I like this song. It's not like the most popular song on this album, but I really loved it. Really good song. But yeah, not really much to say about this song. Number 8 for me, it's "How," and yes, that's what the song is called, by the way. That's the song title. But this song, just like what I said about the "Oh My Love," that song and "How" like what I said, they were influenced by his experience with primal therapy. But this song "How," it basically talks about how can he go forward if he doesn't know what to do. That's pretty much what he's telling us. Oh, excuse me. And yeah, this song is actually a really good song. And no, not. I mean, I would say not. Some of the songs, I would say a little bit like most of the songs on this album is a little slow, but not the slowest. Similar to what I said about Paul McCartney's Driving Rate album, where most of the songs are slow, but it's really good. It relates to me. But this song, "How," is a really good song. And yeah, not really too much to say about this song, except besides of this song and "Oh My Love" are influence of the primal therapy. So not really much to say about this song. But this is a pretty good slow song, I'm not gonna lie. It's actually a pretty good slow song. And good lyrics and good vocals by John Lennon. Number 7 for me is "Give Me Some Truth." This song is really relevant today. It really is. Because basically, John Lennon's telling us that he is sick and tired of hearing things, and he wants the truth of what's really going on, which it's really relevant today. Most of the music back in the day, like in the 60s, like in the Beatles, or like after the Beatles breakup, most of their music are very relevant today. But "Give Me Some Truth" is actually one of the John Lennon's famous palatable songs. And like "Teamwork," it's a series of dedications. Here, however, the shock of recognition is not. John knows perfectly well that the truth is merely disgusted with all the hypocrites whose business is to secure it. It contains a brilliant seething guitar solo by George Harrison. You probably don't know that. George Harrison did a guitar solo for that song. And yeah. Oh yeah, by the way, I forgot to mention this at the beginning of, before I did the ranking, but Phil Spector actually produced this album. And Paul McCartney, I don't think, Because if you guys aren't familiar with Phil Spector, he's a musician who basically mostly is famous for his orchestration music, and he produced the album Let It Be album from the Beatles. And Paul McCartney was so, I'm guessing because Paul McCartney was so angry at Phil Spector for adding the orchestra for The Long and Winding Road. I actually like that song with the orchestra. I mean, I like his version. I like his version too, but I can't pick a favorite because they're both are the same songs. But I mean, because if you guys don't know this, that he did his versions without the orchestra versions. They also made a movie called the Let It Be a movie, and I didn't get a chance to see it yet, but I will. I will after the video. And yeah, I was thinking of doing a movie review because I saw the movie for Help movie, and I thought it was a really good movie. But you know what? I already spoiled it. Well, you know what? I don't have to spoil it because I mean it's just the Beatles movies. It's actually a pretty good Beatles film for the most part. But yeah, I guess the reason why Phil Spector didn't produce none of Paul McCartney's albums, it could be because he was so angry because of adding the orchestration for The Long and Winding Road. Maybe. I don't think Phil Spector produced Ringo Starr's albums. I don't think he did either. Mostly Phil Spector produced John Lennon's and George Harrison's album, which is All Things Must Pass. Other George Harrison's albums too. So I guess John and George love Phil Spector's work, and Paul McCartney does not. And Ringo Starr, I don't really know much about what he said about Phil Spector. I don't really know much about it. He may appreciate him as a musician. But yeah, but Give Me Some Truth was actually originally heard during the Let It Be session. So this song was one of the first recordings for the album, which is the Imagine album. And in the footage of Give Me Some Truth aired as part of the BBC TV show The Old Greg's Whistle Test on December 12th, 1972. And bits of footage were subsequently released as part of the documentary film Imagine John Lennon. But yeah, I didn't watch that yet, but I will definitely do it after this. But yeah, this song is a really good song, really relevant today. Good vocals by John Lennon, and I really like this song. It's really relevant today. I feel like this is the song because a lot of people they're really familiar with the Imagine song. Everybody is. But not a lot of people are familiar with a bunch like all the tracks on that album. A lot of people don't really know it too well, but that's all right. It's not like it's too late for it. But yeah, number 6 for me. There's not really much to say about this song. It's really relevant. Number 6 for me is I Don't Want to Be a Soldier, Mama, and yes, that's the track of the album. Because I know you guys think I'm joking, which I'm not joking. But yeah, this song is basically telling his mother that he doesn't want to be a soldier or a sailor or even he's basically telling all of what he doesn't want to be to his mother. But yeah, and it's pretty much. And by the way, this song I Don't Want to Be a Soldier, Mama is an enumeration of all the roles John withdraws from, and it contains some excessive lines. The melody is essentially the Kinks' You Really Got Me Going, which kind of sounds a little similar to it. An aura of grandeur is decadence envelops this cut. When John shouts, "Hit it," he sounds both long-suffering and cruel, which because he was going through tough times in his later life, so, and especially after the Beatles breakup. By the way, George Harrison played the slide guitar in this track too. Basically, for the most part in this album, George Harrison plays like the slide guitar for the most part in the tracks on this album, Imagine album, of course. And yeah, not really much to say too much about this song. And it's actually a really good song. I love not because of the subject matter, but I really love this song. And by the way, the tracks that were finished at record plants are the next 2 tracks I will mention soon. But this one song was I Don't Want to Be a Soldier, Mom was included. That one of the because many of the instruments were re-recorded at the record plant in New York City, where strings and saxophone by King Curtis were also added. And Lennon would choose to remake "I Don't Want to Be a Soldier" on May 24th, 1971, the opening day of the main album sessions. So yeah. And by the way, the politically themed "I Don't Want to Be a Soldier" closes the first half of Imagine, and it closes the first half of the Imagine album. The last song of the album, which I already mentioned, it's "Oh You Go." And pretty much, that's. Oh yeah, by the way, so the first, by the way, "I Don't Want to Be a Soldier" was one of the first songs that John Lennon did for the Imagine album. If you probably don't know that. And number 5 for me, not really too much to say about this song, that track. Number 5, I almost skipped the track. Number 5 for me, it's So Hard. And this song is actually a pretty good song. I'm not gonna lie, it's actually a pretty good song. Really good, the good lyrics, good vocals. And basically John sings and the words can most general meaning or applies to John's own past. The guitar playing is extremely basic for the most part. And the sax played by King Curtis, which I'm not very familiar with him, is extremely compact. Like Cripple Inside, which I'll mention that song in a minute. It sounds to have been done in a single take, which it kind of does sound like it's almost done in a single take. So he's basically he's telling us it's so hard because of the struggles, because he's telling us that it's so hard that he's going through the problems that he's going through, and we all can relate to that. And it describes John Lennon's attitudes toward life, complaining about difficulties and need to eat and love. Nothing that sometimes things get so difficult he wants to stop trying. He only finds solace with his lover. So I'm guessing John Lennon, the only thing that makes him happy is his wife, which at least Yoko Ono at least stay true to him. And that's why we should all at least give her a little credit that at least she keep him company. But yeah, not really too much to say about this song. Not really much, but I did like this song. It's So Hard. It's actually a pretty good song. And oh yeah, It's So Hard was actually one of the tracks that were finished. That one. It's So Hard, I Don't Want to Be a Soldier, and How Do You Sleep. I'll mention the song tracks, but I'll mention the song tracks. Oh, excuse me. So yeah, John Lennon, this album, this Imagine album, it's a really good album. I gotta say, it's a really good album. And this is actually, if you guys know that this song, It's So Hard, is actually one of the singles from this album, by the way, if you probably don't know that. This song was a single in this album. That one, and of course the song Imagine. It was also, both of them were a single from the album. And the song was released as a B-side to the single Imagine. And yeah, pretty cool. Number 4 is Cripple Inside. This song, it's actually a really good catchy song. I gotta say, it's a really catchy song. Good vocals by John Lennon. I love that good. I love George Harrison's guitar, like his slide guitar in that track. And yeah. Oh yeah, John Lennon, or no, Ben Gerson had this. He actually Ben Gerson, I think that's how you pronounce his name. He actually said about this song. He actually I first heard Cripple Inside on my car radio. I don't know right off who it was. Through the dobro, sounded like George, but was convinced that only someone very, very famous in this age of battle competence would dare put out something so haphazard. The song's refrain and theme is another pitch of John's personal outlook. It supports an Ed Sanders type vocal. So pretty much, this song is really catchy, and I exactly agree with John Lennon when he says about the song. Oh no, yeah, George Harrison actually played the dobro, if you probably don't know that. And I agree with John Lennon. One thing you can't hide, like he said in the song, one thing you can't hide is where you cripple inside. That one I can agree with. And fun fact, John Lennon also indulged his love of rock and roll with Cripple Inside and It's So Hard. Give Me Some Truth. Also, yeah, pretty much. Cripple Inside, It's So Hard, sorry. And this song is really, really, I can't say it's really relevant, but it is pretty relevant today. And not really too much to say about this track. I really do love this song. Now, the third track, most of you guys, and most of you John Lennon fans will rank this number 1 on this ranking of the album. But for me, I rank this number 3 because I love the older tracks a lot. And now we're in the top 3s. So number 3 for me, you may rank this number 1, but for me, number 3 is Imagine. This is the song that's it's easily one of my favorite John Lennon songs of all times. And if you guys and girls do not like this song or even can't sing along to it, then you got a problem. But this song, this Imagine song, it's so relevant today. It's so relevant. Especially what I loved about this song is that not only this song is relevant, but this song, they still use that song for a tribute to someone too. I love that. I would love to play this song for someone for a tribute, especially for John Lennon, of course. But yeah, this song, Imagine is a really good song from that album, and it's another song from that. It's another hit single from the album too. I would basically consider this album. I would consider this the genre of this album. I would basically call it a rock pop or or easy listening most of the time. For the most part of this album, are basically more of an easy listening. That's what the Beatles is like. The members of the Beatles, they basically make music that are very easy listening, stuff like that. But sometimes in their albums, they make, like Paul McCartney Driving Rain album, where he makes some heavier songs. But I'm sorry for comparing Paul McCartney. I'm not sorry. But this song, Imagine, is one of my favorite songs, and it actually became the famous song from John Lennon's career, and it's one of the best songs from John Lennon, and I really agree. And for this song, I really love this song. I really love the meaning to it. And I don't know. And this is actually what I loved about this track, the Imagine album. It starts off right away for the opening track for the album. I love it. And basically John Lennon's Imagine the song is basically asking listeners to envision a world of peace and unity. It peaked number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100. It remains number 1 it ranks one of the most well-known and respected songs worldwide. And John Lennon, or no, not John Lennon. And so far, John Lennon quote, "Now I understand what you have to do. Put your political message across with a little honey. This is what we do to try to change the empathy of young people." I really agree. I agree. What's even messed up about it, that despite the popularity of the song, some people have criticized this song for its message and Lennon's sincerity in living out its message, which I have no problems with this song. I don't know why people have some problems. I mean, yes, the song sounds pretty simple, but you can't always like every music that are hard to try to listen to. You can't just hate on something that it's simple to know the lyrics or how the song goes. But you got to appreciate it, especially knowing that the message is trying to pull it across that it's really relevant today. It's always gonna be relevant. And this song is such a popular song that I really love this song. I really do. But actually, for me, in my opinion, I prefer the 2 other tracks a little more because if you have a little complaint, what do I have this song is, don't get me wrong, like I said, I really love this song, but one thing I got a little tiny problem is it's a little overplayed, but I love this. It's just a tiny problem, but I overall love this song. I really love this song. It's one of my favorite, and I agree with people saying that it's one of their favorite John Lennon albums, or John Lennon songs, in that album. And number 2 for me is How Do You Sleep? Now this song is definitely a John Lennon. This is a song that he's attacking on Paul McCartney from the Ram album. Because if you didn't know, Paul McCartney's Ram album came out first. And if you guys probably don't know this, but Paul McCartney's Ram album, when it first came out, people hated the album. They criticized the album. And Paul McCartney was so worried at the time, too. And maybe, I don't really know too, like, I don't know why that, you know what, I'm guessing the reason why a lot of people criticized, because I guess the reason why the Ram album had a lot of negative reviews when it first came out, it could be because one of the songs were attacking on John Lennon. And don't get me wrong, I love the Ram album. It's actually one of my favorite albums. Even though, if you had to tell me the truth, like, what do I actually feel about the album when I first listened to it, I was like, okay, this is a pretty good album. I just gotta listen to the album more and more, and the message, and the lyrics, so I can know what he's trying to say. But yeah, this song, John Lennon, it's the lines in the song called "Too Many People," which is an attack on John Lennon. The line, like, it talks about John Lennon, like, took his lucky break and decided to share it with Yoko Ono rather than keep his love life and professional music life separate. This was something that didn't really like the rest of the Beatles, especially Paul. But that's the thing too. And by the way, fun fact that Too Many People was released as a beat. It was, or no, actually, Uncle Albert and Admiral Halsey. It was a B-side to that song, Too Many People. And by the way, I love the Ram album. Even though I understand that there was a lot of criticism about the album. It could be because it was attacking on John Lennon, because he was alive at the time. Maybe it's because the John Lennon fans, that they know that this song was attacking on John Lennon. Maybe it's because they want to show a lot of negative reviews because of that song. Maybe, I could be wrong. But yeah, fun. And by the way, Linda McCartney did a really good job on the backup vocals, and I loved her. Sadly, she passed away in 1998 due to a breast cancer, and she passed away in a pretty young age. Like in her 50s, I believe. I could be wrong. 56. Okay, 56. Pretty young age still. And yeah, How Do You Sleep? How did John Lennon actually responded to the Too Many People song by releasing the song called How Do You Sleep? But what's even messed up, John Lennon, he decided to go all out in one song on the crazy part. Because in the start, and like, you know what, I'm gonna look at the lyrics. I'll do this at the end of the video to show you what the remaster looks like. So the lyrics to the song is crazy. It's crazy. Because it starts off with saying, "So Sergeant Pepper took you by surprise. You better see right through that mother's eyes." And this line, I gotta say, this line in this song is probably the most messed up thing I've ever heard from John Lennon. He said, "Those freaks were right when they said you was dead." Oh, wow. John Lennon must have been so angry about that song. Too many people. I can tell by what he's saying about the song. "The one mistake you made was in your head." Oh. "How do you sleep? Oh, how do you sleep at night?" That's pretty much the chorus of the song. But I really love this song. It's one of my favorite songs on the album. Even though it is attacking on Paul McCartney, but it's still a really good song. I don't hate the song just because it's attacking on Paul McCartney. I love this song because it's catchy, and I love the chorus too. It's one of my favorite parts. But yeah, wow. This song is probably, if I may be wrong, but I think this is one of the first diss tracks we've ever got from music. I could be wrong, because a lot of people were saying that this song may be one of the first diss tracks of pop rock music. I wonder if it is, actually, because I would not doubt it. And John Lennon, from a Playboy interview from the mid-70s, John Lennon, not Paul McCartney, but John Lennon quotes, "You know, I wasn't really feeling that vicious at the time, but I was using my resume toward Paul to create a song. Let's put it that way. He saw that it pointedly refers to him, and people keep hounding him about it. But you know, there were a few digs on his album before mine. He's so obscure, other people didn't notice them. But I heard them. I thought, well, I'm not obscure. I just get right down to the nitty gritty. So he done it his way, and I did it mine. But as to the line you quoted, yeah, I think Paul died creatively in a way. Oh. And by the way, fun fact, and if you probably, I don't think I never showed you yet, but when you turn around this album cover, it's actually a parody of Paul McCartney's Ram album cover. Where like in the, well, let me just put this on focus 1 second. It's like John Lennon is holding a pig, similar to the Paul McCartney's Ram album cover, where he's holding a goat in front of him. They must have been hating on each other at the time. But it's so funny that, because in the picture, John Lennon was holding the ears of the pig, and it's a parody of Paul McCartney's Ram album. That's so funny. Yeah, John Lennon, it's crazy. But John Lennon said, it's quote, "It's not about Paul, it's about me. I'm really attacking myself, but I regret the association. Well, what's to regret? He lived through it. The only thing that matters is how he and I feel about these things, and not what the writer or commentary thinks about it. Him and me are okay." Okay, that's good to hear. John Lennon, from the Imagine film, he said about the song from the 1980 Playboy interview, the same year as his cause of death. If you guys probably don't know what happened to him at the death, he was shot by Mark David Chapman, and it's sad somebody would shot him. John Lennon quote from the Imagine film, I wasn't really feeling that. Okay, I already said that. Wow, I am not feeling very well today, so forgive me because I don't feel very well today. So yeah, How Do You Sleep? I don't want to be a soldier. It's so hard. Are both the tracks that were finished first. I believe. I could be wrong. But yeah, basically, that's basically John Lennon's response to Paul McCartney. It's by making a song called "How Do You Sleep." When I listened to the song at first, when I first listened to the song "How Do You Sleep," I looked at the lyrics and I was like, "Wow, John Lennon, that's crazy." Well, no, because even for the first listeners, when he said those freaks were right when you thought you were dead, and I was like, oh. I was like, and I was thinking like, is this an attack on Paul McCartney? Because it mentions Sgt. Pepper, and then it said when you were dead, and I was like, oh, because you know how back in the days they were making a lot of conspiracy theories about Paul McCartney's dead, which he's not. He's not dead. I mean, people at the time, they thought it was some kind of rumor. They thought it was, but it wasn't true. But number one, what I consider my favorite track on this album, and you may rank this probably in the middle. I don't know, but this song, I actually love this song. Really love this song, and it's "Jealousy Guy." I guess because the reason why I love this song is because it's pretty slow, and I love the orchestration for this song. Even though it's produced by Phil Spector, I know Paul McCartney fans would hate Phil Spector because of what he produced the album, the Imagine album. But this song was actually, if you probably don't know this, it was actually originally the original song title was actually called "Child of Nature." And it was actually originally supposed to be in the White Album, of the Beatles' White Album, but it was taking off and decided to put "Mother Nature's Son" instead, sing by Paul McCartney on disc 2 on the White Album. And by the way, I really love the White Album. Really, excuse me. I love all the Beatles albums. Oh no, I hope I don't have hiccups. But yeah, this song, oh my gosh, this song is really good. I don't know. I guess it's just me, but I really love this song. I guess because of how it hits you in the feels. Especially, it's hard to listen to this song or hard to listen to John Lennon's, his songs because of knowing that he passed away. That stinks too. I actually remember when I first listened to this song, I start tearing up because of how beautiful it is too. And how much I miss John Lennon too. John Lennon wrote the melody when he was in the Beatles. They recorded it, like I said, he actually recorded it as a demo called Child of Nature, and which he actually written about their trip to India to study with Mahesh Yuka, you, Yoga, You Guy. It didn't make it into the a White Album because Paul McCartney's Mother Nature's Son was picked instead. And the Jealous Guys has a different lyrics compared to the Child of Nature. Child of Nature had different lyrics, and it reflects to the relation. This song basically talks about the relationship to Yuka Ono, where how possessive he became of her while the Beatles were breaking up. Because in the chorus he said, "I didn't mean to hurt you. I'm sorry that I made you cry. Oh no, I didn't want to hurt you. I'm just a jealous guy." That's pretty much what he's saying about the song. And this song, I really love the song. I guess because it's so beautifully written. It could be just me. But yeah. And by the way, fun fact, if you probably don't know this, but the photographs of the front and the back covers of the Imagine album were taken by Yoko Ono using a Polaroid camera. It was previously believed that the front cover photo was taken by Andy Warhol. The back cover includes a quote, "Imagine the clouds dripping. Dig a hole in your garden to put them in." From Yoko Ono's book, Grapefruit, whose UK release the Lennons were promoting at the time. So that's pretty much all my rankings. Do you agree with my list? What's your least favorite tracks on this album, Imagine album? And let me just show you. And yes, this is the remastered CD. I actually wanted to get this just to. I actually wanted to get this on CD just to just to get my family to listen to this album and know a lot about John Lennon in this album. Well, I mean, because I bought this album and this was before I got the vinyl player. Right here or right here. That was before I had the vinyl player. So yeah, this is what happens when you open the CD, and guess when you open up the CD like this, and this is remastered in 2000, like the same year as I was born. And when you open up the CD, you get John Lennon's ear. It kind of reminds me of Paul McCartney's Driving Rain album, where it has the same picture of his ear. Let me show you 1 second. It kind of reminds me of it a little bit. I know this, and this is a remastered, so it must have had a lot more details into it. So yeah, because basically in the vinyl records, it doesn't have too much specific stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong, remastered basically shows you a lot of details about it too. I don't have a problem with that. Like a Paul McCartney's Driving Rain album, which a lot of people say it's one of the worst Paul McCartney albums. I disagree. I actually really love this album. It's really rough. I mean, I can't say it's rough. Yeah, what I was gonna say is that this, when you open up, it kind of reminds me of Paul McCartney's ear, which it opens up with the Your Way lyrics. Well, I mean, it's in the page. Wait, does it? It says number 13, and I believe that's page number 13. I guess. Yeah, it is page 13. Wow. I don't think it is, but I could be wrong. But yeah, it kind of reminds me of Paul McCartney's Driving Rain album, where it has one of the pictures of his ear. I guess it could be just because of a tribute to John Lennon. Maybe that would be pretty cool. That would actually be nice of him to do it as a tribute. That would actually be really nice. But yeah, that's Paul McCartney, or not Paul McCartney. I'm an idiot. And this is John Lennon making a mockery of the Ram album. And this is the back cover. What you see, John Lennon looking at the clouds. And these are the tracks. And that's pretty much all you need to know. So, I'm just going to show you the booklet, and that's it. And then I'll wrap it up about what do I really feel about the album. Oh my god. So this is the first page. And yes, I've seen the music video of this song, Imagine. It's really good music video. It's a really good music video. This is the next page that has more lyrics. Cripple Inside, Jealous Guy. Next page is more lyrics and more pictures of him. That's really cool to have pictures of him. And these are all the pictures that John Lennon he made over the year, or took pictures with at the time. And look at this, you guys, special guest, George Harrison. Yeah. I think that is George Harrison. Yeah, it is George Harrison. But yeah, pretty cool. Paul McCartney, or God damn, I keep saying Paul McCartney. I'm such a loser. Maybe it's because I'm too much of a big obsession fan of Paul McCartney. But John Lennon and George Harrison must have been like they must have been collaborating a lot together over the years. While Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr, they were kind of they still collaborate to each other to this very day. They still do, and some of the performances live. We're almost there. And the left, that's what I believe that was the original written. I believe I could be wrong. And this is the final page. This is the final page, and that was pretty short, isn't it? And by the way, this one is where it shows up who plays this and who plays the instrument. So I just want to put it on focus so you can see it very clear. So that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. So it's not that much. I don't have a problem with short stuff or long stuff, But I really loved it. But overall, what do I actually feel about the album? I really love this album. It's one of my favorite albums from John Lennon. Sorry, I haven't been listening to John Lennon's other albums a lot recently, or George Harrison's, mostly because I've been busy working all day. But yeah. Yeah. So, if you guys enjoy my album ranking, like, comment, subscribe, share this video with your friends and family. And yes, this video I decided to do an album ranking just for John Lennon's birthday, something like that. Yeah, that's all. And man, I got a sore throat today. I hope I feel better. And sorry if my voice sounds a little weird, especially because I've been sick for a while. It happened today, so. So yeah, my social media are in the description, so you can follow me there of what I've been doing lately, or my uploads on that social media lately. And I will see you in the next video. Change the world. Peace and love.